Here we go. Spoiler alert, audience. Hi, everybody. Hello, lovely. Hello. Very close today. Hello, everybody. Hello, Woodbury. Hello, Hudson, Wisconsin. Hello, Coon Rapids. Hello, Plymouth. Hello, Chip on the jib. Good job, Chippers. Welcome to the show, everybody. Have a seat. Let's get started. Happy Tuesday. Thank you. Have a seat, everybody. Let's get started. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. Welcome to the show. Okay. Let's get started. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Please say hello to my good friend. It's Miss Kendall right over there. Hello.
Hi, good morning.
How you doing?
Good morning. They're small but mighty.
Small but mighty. And again, I said it yesterday. The weather is not great. And when people still come to see us, I greatly appreciate it. So the weather wasn't stopping the folks today. So it's very nice of them. How you doing?
Good. By the way,
Yeah?
before we get into more important topics,
Yeah.
I forgot to mention this yesterday, and it's very important.
Oh, wow. Okay.
This is the last few days of my 20s. We are coming to the end of an era.
I'm sorry. May I get my small violin, please?
Yes.
May I get my...
It's
Wait.
a big deal, James.
I know it is. I remember turning 30 15 years ago, and it was shocking. No, I loved... can I give you a piece of positivity?
Yes, please.
Okay, first, the 30s, do not be afraid of the 30s. The 30s were, I believe, when I'm sitting in the home at Sunset Acres, and I'm eating my rice pudding and watching reruns of The Love Boat. And when life is getting ready to turn off, I'm going to think about my whole thing, and I believe my 30s are going to be one of my favorite decades.
Really?
Yeah. So 30s are great. Yeah, so
Okay.
just embrace it. Don't be afraid. You know, the 20s are to do dumb things. And this decade is to learn from the dumb things, so you don't repeat the dumb things of your 20s. Yeah.
Okay.
So just keep that in mind.
The learning decade.
It is, and it's you discover more of who you are, and you got to slowly stop doing all the dumb things you do in the 20s. You know,
Okay.
because in the 20s you can do anything. I mean, and people give
yeah.
you a pass. Oh, well, she's 22. Oh, well, she's 24. Now you got to start kind of growing up. No, not you specifically. I just mean in your 30s, that's what you do. I know. You have to start adulting more.
Oh, I hear you make more money in your 30s too. So, hey, here for that.
Yeah. Well, don't get too excited. I mean, it took me till about 40. I don't want to damper the next 10 years, but hold on to your saddle, Missy. I don't know if it's gonna.
Okay.
So, I don't know about you or all of you watching, but how many of you still have your Christmas decorations up? Anybody? Yeah, it is not that lady right there. No, it is driving me. No, she's done. Look at her. She's like, oh, I'm on TV right now. That's right, yeah. That's a beautiful blue, ma'am. That's a beautiful blue. It looks good on TV.
Yes.
Both of you, yeah. I still have my Christmas decorations up. And this isn't, now I know he's watching, this isn't a thing against Colin, because Colin put them up and he's going to take them down, and this isn't a bad thing.
What do you do again?
I supervise. I just, no, I'm going to help him too. Okay, not there. No, I'm a joy to live with, let me tell you. But they're still up because we came right back from vacation, and it's been very busy. There's some things happening, and it's just hectic. I walked in yesterday and I threw one of my Santas right on the ground. I'm like, I just can't. I can't. I'm so sick. I'm kidding. I really didn't. But I'm so sick of looking at these Santa figurines and the tree. Colin took the decorations down, so now I just have a tree in my house, and so tonight I got to do it. And if anyone wants to come over, I'll give you some chicken fingers and help me take this stuff down.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
She volunteered.
Yeah.
She volunteered.
Who volunteered? You?
Yeah.
You'll come
nice
over?
Lady. She volunteered.
Okay. Are you allergic to anything? No. Okay. Yeah. Do you like margaritas? Yes. Perfect. There we go. Yeah. They're coming over a little bit. What did you're putting in orders? Your dog?
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, she's fine. Go ahead. Fine, bring your dog. That's the more the merrier. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Here we go. They can hang out with Dexter and Mr. Big. Yeah. First up, among the Oscar snubs we didn't mention yesterday was Adam Sandler, because he got, and this kind of bummed me out. I was looking forward to this because he got a lot of praise for his starring role in the movie Uncut Gems. I had some friends see it and said he was intense, he was fantastic, but he didn't. Well, look, this will just make you smile. Look at this interaction on Twitter yesterday. So, Adam tweeted, "Bad news, Sandman gets no love from the Academy. Good news, Sandman can stop wearing suits. Congratulations to all my friends who got nominated, including Mama." Now that is before we go any farther, if you're not aware, Kathy Bates played his mother in The Waterboy. Well, and she was nominated, for her work in Richard Jewell. So this is the best thing today. Kathy responded, "I love you, Bobby Boucher. You was robbed, but Mama loves you." And I just thought, no, it just was so cute. I already love Kathy. I think Kathy Bates is one of our greatest actresses of this generation. But that was, and she goes, "You the goat, not the one we eat at home, son." Yeah. I love her. Waterboy, one of my favorite Adam Sandler movies. It really is. That and Big Daddy. That just funny. I love Big Daddy. With the Cole Sprouse, the kids, the twins that were on Friends, he was in that movie.
Yeah, he's got so many good ones. I love Billy Madison.
Billy Madison's
Gilmore.
good. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
The Price is Wrong, Bob. Anyway, many people thought that this was Adam Sandler's best chance to get an Oscar in Uncut Gems. Adam plays a New York City jeweler who is always on the lookout for the next big score. It has a 92% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, and that's really good. But alas, much like J-Lo and Aquafina and Eddie Murphy, Adam did not get nominated. I know. It's bad. It's bad. There's a lot of people are not happy this year. People were decently happy last year, but this year, not happy. There's a lot of snubs that didn't make any sense to me.
We're back at it. We're back at it. Like, oh, way to go. You were going like this, and now you just...
Yeah. Anyway, next in the dish. Yep. I love you. Next in the dish, yesterday we told you about Abby Huntsman leaving The View to join her father's campaign for governor. Well, we're learning that may not be the exact reason why she's leaving The View. Now, I know because you love me and you love Kendall, you don't watch The View.
No.
So you never, thank you. And if you do, you watch us live and you tape that, okay? Here's a clip from her announcement from yesterday. Look.
This is always such a hard thing to do, and especially this table, because this is a really special table. The most iconic show, I think, on television, and the smartest women that I've ever worked with. But today I'm saying goodbye. It's something that I thought a lot about.
Okay, so that's a little bit of it. Okay, first, I do love Abby, but two things. First, the most iconic show on television? No, okay. No. Maybe The Tonight Show, maybe, you know what I mean? Anyway, but I love The View. It is historic. Anyway, so Page 6 is reporting that Abby's decision is the partially result of a toxic work environment with a focus on her soured relationship with Meghan McCain. According to sources, Abby isn't the only one with alleged issues with Meghan. All of the panelists are growing tired of her, and Whoopi has complained to executives about the atmosphere on the set. Abby's final day is Friday. I said this yesterday. I will say it again before I give you my opinion. I am always apprehensive to jump on the bandwagon of these stories of, oh, Meghan's horrible and all the ladies of The View hate each other, because I think sometimes these stories are tilted a little sexist. Because when they're, you don't hear about stories where men are pitted against each other. I always use the example. Did you ever hear about Dan Rather and Peter Jennings and Tom Brokaw fighting? No. But did you hear a lot of stories about Barbara Walters and Diane Sawyer? Yes. Now, I'm not saying that the entire story has a sexist underlay, but I also feel like sometimes where there's smoke, there is fire, and we keep hearing these insider quotes saying people are tired of the toxic work environment. They're tired of Meghan's behavior. something has to be going on. I don't know what it is exactly, and no one really does unless you work on that show, but something seems wrong because I know television. It is odd, and executive producer Jeff knows too, it is odd for a star of a show, a panelist, in the middle of the season to be like, I'm gone, girl. You know what I mean? That's a little weird. I know how contracts work. It's odd.
It is, and she's worked at a lot of places too. I mean, she's got a pretty big backup behind her, but we talked about Megan. I agree with some things she says. I disagree with other things she says. What I think bothers me about her often is she's so angry and aggressive all the time. And it's like,
yeah.
I need you to just chillax, girl.
Well, and I agree, but to play devil's advocate, I can see where Megan would get frustrated when for a while she was the only conservative on that panel, and it's like 4 against 1. So I can see where her frustration would be. My thing, and I enjoy Megan, and I think actually that show, I've said it for years, if you're going to call it The View and you're going to focus on politics, which they do now, it should be 50-50. I mean, you should have 50% conservatives and you should have 50% liberals on that show. But that's not going to happen. Anyway, my problem with Megan is this. I enjoy her opinion and I sometimes agree with it, but I think her delivery sometimes interrupts her message.
Right.
She can have a great point, but sometimes you don't hear the point because you're so like, Megan, don't. It's her delivery sometimes, and that's coming from some. And I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Megan. It's just sometimes she comes across really, really poorly. We have a lot more to come. Everybody, stay right there. We'll be back after this. Coming up in just a bit, adjust your tray tables and buckle up. Week 2 of The Bachelor is a bit of a bumpy flight. Producer Ted has a recap. Then, are you struggling to get back on track with your fitness in the new year? Don't worry, Trainer Galen returns with an expert plan to get you motivated and keep you motivated to achieve your weight loss goals in 2020. And we're opening up the Jason Show mailbag to see what y'all are saying this week. And wait until you see what one Jason Show viewer found at a thrift store. That's all coming up. Stay right there.
One of the most important skills a bachelor has to have is the ability to end a relationship. And so we decided, because we like to help, to send Peter to the Grove, which is a lovely mall a few miles away from here. We put him on an escalator, and we exposed him to a stream of strangers and encouraged him to break up with them. And, well, nothing makes perfect like practice.
I think deep down, we both know that this is never going to work. So when we get down there, I think I'm just going to walk out of this escalator and out of your life forever, right? Why are you following me? I just feel like we've shared so much in these last 3 seconds.
What?
You know?
Okay.
It's been like an amazing journey for me. So
Okay.
I want you to know that, but I think I have to let you go now. So.
Okay.
I never felt so close to someone before.
I don't want to be.
Didn't our love mean anything to you?
Get away from me, freak on the escalator. Pilot Pete breaking up with some random strangers on an escalator. That would freak me out, let me tell you. More late night for you. Jennifer Coolidge was, I love Best in Show, still one of my favorite comedies of all time. Jennifer Coolidge was on Andy Cohen last night and talked about one of her more popular movie roles amongst the youngsters. Look at this.
First Mom and American Pie was such a huge meal. Have there ever been any awkward times a guy has hit on you because of that?
Did a lot of guys hit on you after American Pie, after the whole MILF thing?
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, the movie has helped me out in a lot of ways. And, there's always someone who's seen that movie lately, so then you sort of get a whole new group of young guys.
Especially if you don't have the underwear
and I'm
on.
single, I'm
Yeah,
single,
right.
so I'm really using it to my advantage. But I do have to say, I do remember there was, I was with a young guy, but I didn't ask him his age. And he took off his shirt. We were messing around, and he had this like band thing, a tattoo of a band across his chest. And I was like, I don't know that band. What is that band, 1987? And he goes, no, that was when I was born. And I was like, oh.
Not saying a word. Not saying a word. Jennifer played Stifler's mom in American Pie. Was that Chrissy Snow next to her? I can't see. I'm blind as a bat. I can't. That monitor's again, mid-40s. That monitor's 8 feet away from me. I can't. That was Suzanne Summers. She knows all about nudity. Remember, she just recently, Suzanne Summers, she's 72, 73. She was out naked in the dunes, taking pictures of herself. Yeah, come on now.
Girl.
Yes. Own it.
I love Jennifer Coolidge in Legally Blonde.
Yes, that's how people know her.
I love her so much for.
Yeah, she's so good. Have you seen Best in Show? Yeah. Have you seen that movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was bending snappy and it was busy.
Yeah, she's 73. Suzanne Summers is 73. Looks fantastic. Yeah.
Hey, girl.
They talk about having Nook all the time with her husband still. It's like, get it. Anyway, next to the dish. The vocals behind the next James Bond theme song appear to be set, and fans of the artist are really happy about who's going to be doing the song. So who will sing the theme for No Time to Die? Looky.
So you're a tough guy, like you're really rough guy, just can't get enough guy, just always so puff guy. I'm that bad type, make your mama sad type, make your girlfriend mad type, might seduce your dad type. I'm not bad.
Okay, pop star Billie Eilish is going to be doing it. This will be the 25th James Bond movie. Billie is coming off, an incredible year. She became the youngest female to ever hit #1 on the British charts. If you listen to this, I can hear it. I can hear what she's probably going to do. I love a good Skyfall from Adele is one of my favorites. I love that one. And then Tina Turner did Goldeneye. Those are the two that I love as far as James. Aaron Schwab's making a face like you just smelled bad milk.
I'm with Aaron.
What?
Okay.
You don't like Billie Eilish?
No, it's not that. I was really excited because there were thoughts that Beyonce was doing it. And I was like, oh, girl, yes. Because she's very cryptic when she does things.
Yeah.
There was a picture on Instagram with her in a martini glass. There was, they said
she could just be enjoying a martini.
Well, they set the time on their store to like when the movie comes out, like 4:20 or whatever it is.
Okay. So, Billie, what you're saying to me is, here's some therapy talk. What I'm hearing you say is,
yes,
yeah,
please.
I know. Believe, I'm in therapy. What I'm hearing you say is, it's not that you dislike Billie Eilish. You just hoped for Beyonce, and Billie's like a step down for you.
What you're hearing me say is, Beyonce is Beyonce, and Billie Eilish is like 18, and it's fine.
Okay. Well, there we go. Next in the dish. One of the busiest movie stars in Hollywood is getting a little bit busier. The Rock is working on a sitcom. The Rock is working on a sitcom based on The Rock.
What?
And it's called Young Rock. It's going to follow The Rock through his teen years and into the early days of his wrestling career. When he's, medium rock? I don't know. He said when he pitched the idea to NBC, jaws fell to the floor and everyone was in. The Rock will write, produce, and act in the series, but it's unlikely he would play himself. Well, how can you have anybody, what? The Rock grew up in Hawaii where he got into a lot of trouble before his family moved to Tennessee. But, okay, so he has an interesting story, but I'm sorry. Nobody is going to buy a show about The Rock unless it's The Rock playing The Rock.
But I think it's because he's younger. He's the younger version of himself.
Oh, Little Rock.
Someone little younger will play him. And maybe he's like Fun Uncle, the Funkle.
Okay.
The Fun Uncle?
The Funkle. Okay,
The Funkle.
Sure, I get it, yeah, okay. Next in the dish. I have a question for you all. Are you miserable?
What?
I mean, hopefully not right now, but I mean, I would like to tell you that it's going to get better. I tell kids that all the time.
You just told me that.
Well, I'm lying. It's not, because I've lied to you. Because in a new study, we are at our most miserable in life when we are 47 years old. That's right. Researchers found that that we're happy when we're 18, get more and more miserable in our 20s, 30s, and 40s, and we, quote, bottom out at 47.2. But then, 47.3 until death, we get progressively happier. Yeah. And by the time we're 70, we are as happy as we are at 18. Why is this the case?
Yeah.
Because by age 47, we realize, because by age 47, we realize our dreams aren't going to come true.
Let me do the math.
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
You have 17 years to make your dreams come true.
I have 17 point something small.
And if you can't do
years.
it by then, you deserve to be miserable.
No!
I'm kidding. It's just for her. Yeah.
You know, when we read this, I was like, that is so awful. The end line about like that's when you realize your
dreams don't come true. How do you think I feel, Kendall? I'm 45.3.
Oh, you're so close.
I am so close to the height of miserableness, you know? I would, no. But I was the most miserable at 40, 41, 42, 43. Yeah. The early 40s, I hated.
Okay.
Oprah lied to me. First of all, Oprah lied to me. That's the only time she ever lied to me. Well, she never returned her emails, but that's a separate thing. But anyway, Oprah made me mad then, and then she told her and Tina Turner and Felicia Rashad all told me that turning 40 is going to be great. It was horrible. It's horrible. I hated my early 40s. I just started being happy again last February.
Oh my God, are you telling me you and Aaron Schwab just lied to me about loving your 30s? Is this a reverse psychology thing?
No, sweetie, I said I loved 30s.
I know, but
40,
like she lied to you and you're lying to me and everyone's lying. It's a lie.
No. Next. How many times couples argue over household issues? We're learning how many times they argue over household issues every year. According to new research, couples have 72 arguments a year about their home. That's about 6 a month. The arguments are largely over what to spend money on or how much to spend, and other topics include style choices and gadgets. Of the arguments, 8 happen in stores, 39 happen in other public places, 10 happen in front of family and friends, and 15 are in the privacy of your own home. Yeah.
It's very detailed.
Okay. What do you and Jordan argue? What do you guys argue about the most?
We really honestly don't argue ever that often at all. But sometimes when we're like, he thinks that we should do something stylistically to the house that I'm like, no, girl, Mama's the designer. Just
I get it.
You just do what I tell you to do and you'll like it. It's fine. But I mean that in a good way. Like, I mean, he's like, yeah, you're right. You have a better taste and sense for this. But the dishes, that's my big
The dishes.
dishes.
One of you leave them out there and the other puts them in the dishwasher.
Puts them away every time.
Yeah, and Jordan just leaves them out on the
He's
side
like,
of the sink.
well, I mean, it's right there. I'm like, yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
Anybody else have this issue? I feel like this is a normal thing.
Alexis and Angel from the radio show
Yes.
have this.
Uh-huh.
Mine, we cannot hang pictures together because we fight over the specific, the detail of hanging the pictures, and I can't watch him vacuum the couch because he is so detail oriented that he spends like 4 hours on one cushion, and if I'm cleaning another part of the house, I have to keep going back, and he's still on that one cushion, and I go like this, I'm like, oh, okay, are you done? It's been 3 hours, and he's still vacuuming the same cushion.
Oh, can Colin come vacuum my couch?
Yeah, he does. Hey, if you need someone to vacuum your couch, Colin's your guy. Yeah, there we go. Poof. Still ahead. Hannah B's quest to woo pilot Pete's heart continues, but was she successful? Week 2 of The Bachelor's in the books, and producer Ted gives us his review when we return. Stay with us, everybody. Back after this.
I'm excited to share a bottle of champagne with him that I've been saving for a really special moment. And I wanted to open that the first night, and it just unfortunately didn't happen. So I am excited for tonight.
Aww.
Champagne dress, champagne bottle.
Let's do it.
Where is it? I'm not going to tell y'all.
Well, I don't want to go over there, that's why.
Oh, just don't go over there.
Okay, gotcha.
Shake it up.
Shake it up.
Let's see it.
Are you gonna pop it with like a
I don't
saber?
know.
All right, you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
This might make a mess.
And that's like sentimental.
It is. It's really cute. Oh, I'm so excited to hear it.
Hey, oh shoot.
What was that? I heard a pop. I don't know. Did they pop?
did?
Don't
Wait,
let
did
them
they
pop
pop
it.
your
Don't let them pop it.
champagne? Nope.
It's over there, isn't it?
It is. No way.
No way.
Way. Yeah. Yep. Oh no, they didn't. Pilot Pete and Hannah Ann opening up the bottle of champagne that Kelsey had been saving for the right moment for more than a year. God bless America. Yeah. Plenty of drama on The Bachelor last night as Pete continues to navigate the turbulent world of love. And that means, once again, it's time for America Loves Ted. Joining us from the Jason Show control room and our Bachelor Nation headquarters, Ted Johnson. Okay, Ted?
Good morning.
What happened? What happened with Champagne Gate after that? We're dying to know.
This was epic. I mean, you could kind of see the way this was going, and with something like this, the producers are like, "Oh, put this over here," and then they'll bring someone in, and it'll create all sorts of drama. But just when you thought it was too bad, like bad for Kelsey, things got worse.
Why?
They gave her a backup bottle of champagne, and she says, "Oh, I'm not going to drink it out of a glass." And then...
Oh! Oh! No! No!
Even the best producer cannot script that.
Oh. Ted, you feel a little bad for her, don't you? I mean, just a little bit.
Yeah. But I also have been laughing nonstop for about 14 hours.
I know. I got to tell y'all, I was following Ted on Twitter last night, and if you don't, you need to. What's your handle, Ted?
Ted at the News.
Ted at the News. Follow Ted because I was living vicariously through Ted, and you tweeted about that, and I waited to now to see it. That was worth it, my friend.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Worth it.
Okay. Did she get over it?
Oh, no.
Okay.
She thinks that Hannah Ann is conspiring against her. I don't think Hannah Ann knew that was her bottle of champagne, but Kelsey is convinced that she did, and she maliciously orchestrated the whole thing and stole the bottle that she's been saving on her kitchen counter for a year.
Does Hannah Ann know she's part of a reality show where producers and prop people play stuff all over the place?
Yeah. Kelsey is setting herself up to be the crier and the nutter butters of this season. And we like her because she's from Iowa.
Yeah.
So Hannah B.
Let's talk Hannah B.
There was the cliffhanger last week where she came back twice and then all of a sudden started getting feelings for Peter again. And so we start the episode, they're really cuddling. And he's on a date with other women here. And then she just sort of... How do we leave it? Well, they just sort of separate, and then he goes on back with the ladies, and they're all angry, obviously, because he's been snuggling with Hannah B, and he's got glitter all over himself.
Well, I gotta tell you, we joked about this last week. There is a lot of touching for episode 2. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
a lot of touching, and especially with his ex.
Yeah, he's a little horn dog. Yeah, okay.
A little bit.
Were there any dates? Let's move on. We're done with Hannah B, hopefully.
A lot of drama, not a whole lot of dates last night, but we did have a fashion show, so that was something. Janice Dickinson came in. She was here.
Wow.
Randomly.
Yeah, okay.
And that other guy. So Hannah Ann, obviously, won the fashion show, which didn't make Kelsey feel that great, but later on in that date, Kelsey and Hannah Ann were battling it out. even some more. So that is the storyline we're going to be looking at for the rest of the season. And
so Kelsey's emerging. This is what we've learned. We've learned that Hannah Ann is already a favorite. Are we safe? We're safe in assuming that.
We are safe.
Okay, so Bachelor Nation, remember Hannah Ann's name, and we're learning that Kelsey is maybe potentially the villain this year?
Could be the villain, but also in the previews for the season, she at least tells him she's falling in love with him. So I don't think he's getting rid of her anytime soon.
Okay.
And then you've got the Victorias. Victoria 1 did well last night.
And Ted, correct me if I'm wrong, but behind you, are we producing this up? Are those the pictures of all the ladies right behind you?
All the ladies.
Look
right
at
here.
that.
All
Oh,
the ladies
that
here.
is.
And then we've got some champagne over here.
Oh, look at that! Wow, you went the extra mile today, my friend.
Go big.
That's
Go
right.
big.
Live from Bachelor Nation headquarters, Ted Johnson, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
She didn't know. How could that young lady know that woman had been saving that champagne for a year? She didn't know. That was good TV, though. Coming up in just a little bit, we're opening up the Jason Show mailbag. Wait till you hear what somebody saw at a thrift store when we return, right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. I want to say, if you are a longtime listener or watcher of the Fox 9 Morning News, you know M.A. Roscoe was here forever, and her photographer, her partner in crime was Chip. He's been a part of our family for years. Chip is pitching in today and doing, we call this the jib camera. Take the shot, Director Lee, right there. Chip is doing a mighty fine job. Doing a mighty fine job making us look good. Taking a shot 80 feet away from us. That's right, yes. Welcome back. It's time to hear from all of you. Let's open up the Jason Show mailbag. Here we go.
You've got mail.
You've got mail. Okay. First up, many of you sent a message about this yesterday. A few months ago, we were sad to hear about the death of Lana, the tiger, at the Lake Superior Zoo after battling liver disease. Kendall and I, you're looking at the video here. Kendall and I got a chance to feed Lana during our trip to Duluth last summer. Well, yesterday, the zoo introduced a new tiger. Yes, named Taj, yeah. She's on display at the zoo right now. So now, Kendall, we have to go back.
Yeah, and feed her.
And feed her, because...
I want to chuff with her.
Yeah, because you learned the tiger noise, and
Yes,
it was one of her Kendall's crowning achievements of 2019.
It was. I cried.
Yeah.
I cried.
That was a beautiful tiger, though.
She was. And she was very, I mean, friendly is a weird term to use for a tiger, but she was very friendly.
She was.
Very
She
social.
was. Next up, a message from Kirsten. Hey, girl. She says, next time you have the psychic on, that would be Psychic Maria, could producer Ted have a reading about when he will finally find love? Yeah. It's about time, she writes, it's about time the official Jason Show Bachelor finds someone. Yeah. Well, good news. At the bottom of your screen is Ted's phone number. If you would like to call and go on a date with Ted. No, I'm just joking. No, we don't want to do that. I know, I get actually asked about Ted a lot from people that want to date him, people that want to know if he's found somebody. So we do. I mean, we need to make this happen.
We do. Maria, let us know.
Yeah, we need, Maria's coming, and good news, Psychic Maria Shaw is back on Valentine's Day, and we'll make sure Ted gets a reading, and if you want to be in the audience that day, she'll be here Valentine's Day. Next, Angela posted this picture on our Facebook page. She says, my daughter and I went thrift store shopping, and this was my one and only lucky find. This, my friends, is the Season 1 mug. Yeah, Season 1 mug, limited edition, for 50 cents! Leo, take camera 5. Can you take camera 5 right now? How dare you? How dare you sell it for 50 cents? And to the person that gave it away, how dare you? People, do you know, people bother Erin when she's sleeping. She goes to Target. people ask her for these mugs and someone's just giving it away? That is scandalous. Come here, Aaron. Let me just see. Here, give me that mug. Here it is right here. Is this a season 1? Yes. There's the season 1 mug. And you can't have it. This is us, yes.
Well, luckily,
or it can be yours for 50 cents. Yeah.
At least someone who really loves the show got it.
That's true. Thank you for the silver lining there. Yeah.
Welcome.
Finally, I want to thank everyone who reached out about our new ongoing series, Fancy Food Field Trip with Jace. We're reading all of your messages and we'll be contacting some of you soon. Again, really quickly, the gist of it is I want to get folks out of their comfort zone. So you hear me talk about restaurants all the time. If you've kind of been scared to try new food or you don't have the opportunity to go to quote unquote fancy restaurants, let us know your story, why you think you'd be a great lunch companion with me. We come pick you up. We take you to the restaurant. You get to try a whole bunch of new food. It's all about getting you out of your comfort zone. So you can send us a message on our Facebook page. And you can stay connected with us on social media. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. All you have to do is search for Jason Show TV. Still ahead, everybody. Trainer Galen is back to get you back on track for 2020 when we return. 50 cents, Kendall. 50 cents. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. I'm going to sit back and relax now. It's you. Sitting back. There we go. I'm sitting back and relaxing because I know this guy. Welcome back. We are just 14 days into the new year, but you may be thinking about your plan to work out more has already gone off the rails. And I'm not kidding. Statistics show this is about the time where people already fall off of their New Year's resolution. So it is time to get back on track. Give it up for Trainer Galen Wood, everybody. Hi, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
You see this a lot in your profession where people go into January 1st and they sign up for the gym, they go, and then about 3 weeks later is when professionals say it starts to taper off a little bit.
Well, yeah, because life happens.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, what we tend to do, I think, for most of us, and I don't necessarily think that I'm irregular in the sense that I don't think that exercise is something that just comes naturally to us. That we're just like, you know what we really want to do is go out and expend extra calories, maintain extra muscle mass, and not eat delicious food.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, my comfort zone that I really want to get out of is eating more steak and lobster.
Perfect. We can do that for
It makes me so uncomfortable to eat really good steak and lobster.
I can help you with that in 2020.
Okay, appreciate that. So anyway,
are you trying to get on the fancy food field trip?
I'm just saying.
No.
Listen, most of the field trips I go on are with
10-roll
8-year-olds and 13-year-olds.
No,
I'm the same. So the comfort zone thing is a great segue into, in general, what we tend to do is we tend to think that if it's uncomfortable, it's good for us, right? The joke is if it sucks, it's good for me.
Yeah.
And that is true for the most part, right? The more generally, the more out of your comfort zone something is, the more different it is, the better the results you'll get are.
Let's break this up. First, short-term goals, more aggressive. And number 1, pick behavior, not result. What do you mean by that?
Well, so some of it is the behavior rather than the result means that you're picking what you have control over. You don't always have control over the results that you achieve, but you do have control over the behavior that you do.
Okay.
Right. So I can go to the gym. I guarantee you that I can go to the gym 3 days this week.
Yes.
I have full control over that for the most part. But I can't necessarily guarantee that I can lose 2 pounds this week.
Got it. Or you want to lose 2 pounds in your butt. You can't control that or your belly. No, I'm just saying you can't.
What are you saying?
I'm not you. I'm just saying.
I can't believe this is the moment you thought to bring this up.
You are perfectly shaped. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Well, I like that more. All right, fair.
But
right, you don't have control necessarily over the results you're going to get. Right. Your genetics are going to play a role. There's a bunch of other factors that happen that matter. And so having a goal that you don't really have control over is hard and frustrating.
Number 2. Pick small amount of time.
So so short-term goals are much better done short-term. And then back to kind of the comfort zone thing, short-term goals should be a little uncomfortable, right? When you are uncomfortable, you are more likely to get results. You're more likely to have a change because it's different. And so you should be doing it for a shorter amount of time because we don't like being uncomfortable for long periods of time, right? And so like the difference between short-term and long-term is not necessarily that either one is necessarily good or bad. It's just that if you're going to be focused on short-term goals, have it be short-term. Don't do something that you're going to hate for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
It's not realistic.
Number 3, plan 90% adherence. What do you mean by
So this is a big deal. Okay.
Yeah.
Of course, this is an idea that I have that I think is a big
but
deal.
I get it,
But
yeah.
like, just ask me, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
No, I think so often we think that we have to, and we imagine, and it's supported by, media and culture and all that kind of stuff, is that, what these people do is they do this all the time. And so we try and do what other people do all the time. And the reality is that, for the most part, any goal that you want to achieve, you should be able to achieve it with 80 to 90% adherence. Because you're going to have 10 to 20% of the time where you're not going to be able to do it.
So
right?
don't beat yourself up about it.
Plan for it.
Yeah.
Right? Like have it. I mean, one of the jokes, like, and it's great because my kids will do it. My kids will be like, "Daddy, this is worth it to me." Like with unhealthy foods, right? So generally it's either healthy or worth it. And so that 10 to 20% of the time where it's unhealthy, have it be worth it.
You've said that to me a lot.
Yeah.
And right? That was one of the things that really, I want to get through. We have about a minute, but I want to get through. But that really sticks with me. If you're going to eat bad, make it worth it. Don't waste it on like a Mountain Dew or something.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Long-term habits, more sustainable. Again, number one, behavior, not results.
So this gets back to the difference between comfort and uncomfortable. That's a terrible way to say that, but you know what I mean. Like the things that are more comfortable, you're more likely to do long term. So if you're focused on the short term, you'll get better results, but it's harder to maintain.
Daily, weekly adherence.
If you're focused on the daily, weekly adherence,
yeah.
So so ideally you're looking at trying to do it on a daily basis, something small, as opposed to something big on a more weekly basis.
And then finally, increase slowly.
For long-term stuff.
For long-term, yeah.
So for short-term, it's more dramatic. Have it be dramatic. Have it be short-term. You can be miserable, but just do it for a month. Don't plan on being miserable for the next year, because why?
Yeah.
Right? But do it for a month, and then make sure that you're getting benefit. Right?
Got it.
Long-term, have it be more comfortable. Right? Walk an extra 10 minutes a day at lunch.
Small intervals. Just
exactly.
move it up.
And then just progressively make it a little bit better. And then 3 years later, suddenly, I'm walking 30 minutes a day. My doctor's happy. Everybody
happy.
high-fives me in the skyways. I'm
There we
happy.
go.
And it's really about high fives. Really.
That's right. Give it up for Galen, everybody. For more information, head to his website, askgalen.fit. You can sign up with them, and he can get you on the path to a healthy 2020. He did it for me. We'll be right back, everybody. Stay with us. Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you. Well, we would love to come. We would love for you to come see us next week. All you have to do to get tickets, it's very easy. Just go to our Jason Show Facebook page, click that ticket tab right underneath the cover photo. Tell us the size of your party, the names, and you're in by 9:15. You're out by 11:15. And if you are a manager or a big CEO and you want to do a company outing, we accept groups as well. We have a really good time. We talk to you. You can win a mug, possibly. Then you can sell it at a thrift store. It's fantastic. We're going to take a break. We'll be back to wrap things up right after this. Sell it at a thrift store for 50 cents. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Circling back to a conversation we had earlier, we were talking about the study of how often couples fight. What do you fight about? And I was mentioning that Colin, and it's a good thing, Colin is very detail-oriented, so he'll clean a couch cushion for 4 hours. And I now have people on social media asking if they could hire Colin to clean their couch.
Just
Yeah.
remember, I asked first.
I know you asked first.
I asked
I know. He's very detailed. I mean, and we threw this is a really quick story. We threw a party one time, and we were an hour before everyone was coming, and everyone can relate to this. An hour before everybody's coming, and there were other things to clean, like the counters and stuff like that. He was cleaning the dust off an air vent, and I'm like, what? Like prioritizing here. But
Help me.
bless his heart, it meant something to him, and he needed that air vent cleaned. And I'm like, oh,
Somebody was gonna notice.
but isn't it? It's the little things like that in a relationship where it's like, oh, do you really need to clean that air vent right now? People are coming in a half hour, and our counter's still dirty, but that air vent's gonna be real clean, y'all. Yes,
it will.
Yes, it will. Tomorrow on the show, travel blogger Lindsay Ranzau will be back talking about the top indoor and outdoor activities in Minnesota during the winter. But right now, that's going to do it for us. If you are being bullied You go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Thank you for watching, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.